Hi folks, welcome to another episode of This Week in Ferrum Baseball. I'm your host Gary Holden. With me of course is Coach Ryan Brittle. Ryan, how's it going?
It's going good, Gary. How are you?
Good. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on since our show last week. You guys have played in the USA South Tournament, you've played a home game, you've had the all-conference team come out, we got a lot of different things, so let's jump right into, let's start with the all-conference team. Last week it was named. You had 5 guys named to the all-conference team, 3 major award winners and everything. Congratulations for you, Coach of the Year. You had the Pitcher of the Year in Perkins, and you had the Rookie Pitcher of the Year in Peck. Talk a little bit about, well, first of all, I'm going to let you tell everybody about the other awards, the other all-conference awards.
So Jake Perkins was Pitcher of the Year and also first team all-conference. Hunter Peck was Rookie Pitcher of the Year and first team all-conference.
Both well-deserved awards.
Absolutely. Both pitched great for us and are huge in us winning a conference championship this year. Ty Comer, Lane Deaver, Dylan Weaver all got honorable mention all-conference. And anytime you receive awards for individuals, they're all team awards. Mm-hmm. Everybody needs to take part in that.
Right.
Anytime Jake Perkins goes on the mound and pitches, he has to have guys behind him playing defense, or he can't
run support.
Run support, or he can't do the things that he does. Yesterday was senior day, and I'm sure every Division III school in the country was celebrating the fact that Jake Perkins is a senior and has a very short time left to play baseball here at Ferrum College. But certainly all those guys are well deserving. We have more guys in the background that have contributed to their success, and it's a great honor as a program and as a school to be honored with those things. One other guy, Clay Massey, got our sportsmanship award, conference sportsmanship award, and he's such a great young man and has been such a huge part of our program over the last 4 years.
Yep.
And just happy that he could receive that. One of the nicest kids I've ever coached.
Great family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I met his folks a couple of years ago, and his dad's just such a great guy, down-to-earth people, and it's hard to watch these kids. I've seen over 25 years here at Ferrum, I've seen a lot of kids come through the program for 4 years, and I remember a lot of them walking in here as freshmen, and now some of them are out there having families and everything. And
it's great.
Clay's another great one.
It's great to see these guys mature over their career and turn into men and successful people in society. That's what we do it for. That's why you coach baseball. At least that's why I coach baseball, so that these guys can move on and have a positive experience and then make an impact in society when they move on.
I think you'll agree that a mark of success is how kids do as athletes here. They get their degrees, they go out, they start their jobs, but later on in life when they come back and they start introducing you to their family, their wife and their children and everything, you know they've kind of made it, and it's just they've done what they need to.
Yeah, that's the biggest gratification that you can get. I had a phone call day before yesterday, from a former player just saying congratulations on the season and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. It makes you feel good as a coach, like you've done something positive for the world. So.
Sure. Well, Ryan, you did some things positive very well here the last couple of years. You've been here for 3 years now. You've won 2 conference championships, 2 Coach of the Year awards. Developed, continued this great tradition of baseball that's been going for 20, 30 years now. And I think that anybody that's looking at the Ferrum baseball program feels like it's in good hands. Coach Brittle's getting it done.
We've got great assistants and we've got great people around us that help us out. So it is in good hands whether I'm here or not.
You're doing a great job. We're very pleased about it. So the all-conference team was announced and everything, and then we jumped into the weekend USA South Tournament. You guys had won the USA South regular season title when you swept Averett at home 2 weekends ago. That was big. You guys got the number 1 seed there at the tournament and everything. A little bit of a downfall. The opening round lost to Averett, a tight game, 2-1. Talk a little bit about how the tournament went. I know it didn't go as well as you were hoping.
It didn't go as well as we had hoped. Our bats have been struggling for a little bit. They came alive last night, but they had been struggling for a week or a couple weeks, and Jake Perkins went out in the first game, pitched fantastic, 8 innings, gave up 1 run. It was a tie ball game all the way through, 8 innings, 1-1.
And he had like 11 strikeouts or something?
He did. He had a bunch of strikeouts as usual, and he really, the first 2 innings were tough. The mound was a little bit different. The slope of the mound was a little bit different, and you could see it across all the games where the pitchers when they first got up on the mound, they struggled a little bit, and once they got comfortable with it, they kind of settled in. And Jake was the same way, and he really pitched well from the 3rd inning on to the 8th. Those 5 innings, he pitched really, really well and gave us a shot to win. Alex Brown came in and just, unfortunate, gave up a double, and they bunted him over to third base, so they had a runner at third with 1 out. Hunter Peck came in, struck the guy out as usual. He's been striking guys out all year. So he struck a guy out and then had 2 strikes on the next hitter, and we threw a pitch that we weren't able to block. It was a pitch that went to the backstop, and they scored their 2nd run of the game. We struck the guy out on the next pitch. Yeah. So it was unfortunate. Averett, our conference again is really tough. Averett's a good team. They got good pitching, and they hit a little bit and play really, really good defense, and they're one of the best defensive teams in the conference. But so we lost to them, and then had to move on through the losers bracket the next day. Two-edged sword, kind of. We lost to Averett, but we got the opportunity to play Methodist in the 2nd round of the tournament. And anytime you play Methodist, and when you can beat them, and when you can knock them out of a conference tournament, it's a good thing.
And and this has been a rare happening because it's tough to beat. That's a great program.
They are.
You swept them during the regular season here at home, beginning of March, and then you beat them again. You beat that team, went 4-0 against them this season. And everything. That's a great accomplishment right there, Ryan.
Anytime you can beat Coach Austin, because he's a fantastic coach. I mean, he always prepares his team. They're good every year. They're solid every year.
Sure.
And anytime you can beat a Tom Austin coach team 4 times in a year is a fantastic accomplishment. And kudos to our guys for going out and competing and winning that ball game. And so we beat them, I think, 6-3 in the 2nd round, and moved on through the losers bracket to play North Carolina Wesleyan in the night game that night. We came out. Cliff Alexander was on the mound for us, and he really fought hard. We were in the ball game till about the 5th or 6th inning, I think, and they ended up scoring 4 runs in either the 5th or the 6th to kind of separate themselves from us a little bit. And to be completely honest, Gary, it was the worst game we played all year.
Yeah. I was watching the live stats, and I saw the score keep creeping up.
We made some errors. We didn't swing it particularly well at the plate, and we just it was just one of those days. It wasn't our time. It wasn't our place to win the conference tournament, and North Carolina Wesleyan knocked us out, and we're going to be headed down there this afternoon to play them in a doubleheader tomorrow. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of revenge.
I'll tell you, it really highlights how strong the conference is and the parity in the league of how important it is just to get in. The top 8 teams get into the conference both in softball and baseball. In the softball tournament, it was Ferrum, the number 5 seed, winning, and they faced the number 4 seed, Averett, in the championship game and everything. In baseball, it was the number 4 seed, Maryville, facing the number 7 seed, Huntington, and number 7 Huntington won the tournament. So it really just shows you that the league there's such good parity, and there's so many good teams in this league. You got to just get in the tournament. Once you're in the tournament, all bets are off, and it's like, all right, let's go. We lost to the number 8 team, a team that we beat 3 games straight, like less than a week earlier. So it just shows so much. And this league, the USA South, has been a fantastic baseball program for years. Back when Abe was coaching here, there were kind of 3 teams. It was NC, Wesleyan, Methodist, and Ferrum. The champion was coming out of one of those 3, period. And it went like that for about 12, 15 years. Now it seems as though anybody can win the league, anybody can win that tournament.
There's a ton of parity. And there's a ton of parity in the South region. If you go and look across the South region at all the conferences, the ODAC has 6 or 7 teams. They allow 6 teams in their tournament. They have 6 or 7 teams in their conference that have 20 or more wins.
Wow.
The Capital Athletic Conference has 4 or 5 teams that have 20 or more wins. The Southern Athletic Association has 2 or 3 teams that have 20 or more wins. So there's one team in the country right now that has 30 wins, and that's LaGrange College. And they finished 2nd in our conference, and they didn't win the conference tournament. And so they're it right now. The 30-win plateau is going to be very difficult to get to. And we have an opportunity to get there tomorrow.
That's right.
We have 28 wins.
Yep.
Right now we're 28-13 and have 2 more games left. So
Now these two games, they're against North Carolina Wesleyan, but they're not considered conference games. It's just basically a non-conference game because you didn't face them in the regular season, and you scheduled them just so one, you can play a great team, and two, you can fill out your schedule.
We felt like the reason why they're scheduled after the tournament is we felt like we had a team that had an opportunity to move on to postseason play. Mm-hmm. And the conference tournament is the only automatic qualifier. And it's such a crapshoot when you get in that conference tournament. Sure. If you're hot, then you'll go deep. If you're not hot, then you're probably going to get knocked out by somebody, which is what happened to us. And so now we have these 4 games this week, and the longer you play, the longer you keep yourself relevant with the regional advisory committee, the better shot you have at getting an at-large bid in postseason. So that's why we schedule these games after the tournament. And tomorrow's a big day for us. North Carolina Wesleyan finished 3rd in our conference. They're a very good team. They're well respected in the region. They also have a very good strength of schedule. Mm-hmm. So winning 2 games down there would go a long ways to helping us get an at-large regional bid. So.
Sure. And at this point, that's the only way you can get into the NCAA playoffs. It's Pool A, B, and C. For the fans that don't know this, the A's are the conference tournament champions that decide who goes to the NCAA tournament from your conference. The Pool Bs are anybody that is either in a conference that doesn't have the minimum 7 teams to get an automatic bid, or they're they play independently. They're not in a conference at all. And then the Pool Cs are what's left. Everybody that didn't win their conference tournament, they move down into Pool C. And typically Pool C is a lot of times it's filled with a lot of teams that were the number 1 seed or the regular season champion that didn't get through someone that has a really good record, which is, clearly Ferrum falls into that category. Mm-hmm. Do you feel good about our chances, or?
We have an outside shot, but we do have a shot. We'll have a regional advisory committee meeting call on Wednesday morning. I'll know a whole lot more after that call, but certainly we'll have a shot.
I'm hoping I see a smile on your face that day.
Me too. I'll have a smile on my face anyway. We've had a great year. We have a good group of guys, and they've accomplished a lot. And it would be, I think it would be a shame if they didn't get a shot at it.
Let's talk a little bit about the win over Roanoke last night. You guys played them 3 times this year, lost, I think it was 7-5 and 4-3, and then you finally pulled off a 12-8 win last night. Got to feel good to get 1 win, and they were all on separate days. You didn't play any doubleheaders with them or anything.
I've been here for 3 years. The first year they beat us twice. Last year we beat Roanoke twice, so we were like, oh, here we go. We're going to win. Each team's going to win all the games every other year, but we're able to we were able to swing the bats a little bit last night. I was thankful for our guys. Offensively, we started staying inside the baseball, hitting some balls the other way, and we got a few ground ball hits through the right side of the infield, which is rare for us.
Sure.
We like to pull and try to hit balls out of the park or run balls in the gaps. And last night we stayed inside of a bunch of balls, got some base hits up the middle, and it really shows the depth and talent of our team. I really think we're really good offensively, talent-wise. We're just a little bit stubborn sometimes with our approach, and we try to pull and hit too many home runs. But when we stay inside the ball, we're tough. We're very, very tough.
Well, it was great to watch the win and everything last night. We streamed it for the fans that couldn't be there at the game and everything. So I know that I'm hoping that they had a good experience watching that. And it was just great to get that win for the last game at home. And it was senior night as well. Those 7 guys that lined up for senior day and everything, so important for those guys to get a chance to play or to be seen by their families and everything one last time. And it's always nice to win a senior day. I've seen so many times when we've either gone down somewhere and they've had a senior day and we spoiled someone's senior day, or it's happened to us over here. And it's always nice when you can win on that senior day.
It's good to win on senior day, and I want to say something about all these guys. Cliff Alexander, who's worked so hard to put himself in a spot to be in our weekend rotation, and has done that this year and hasn't missed the start, and had a good year, 6-3 on the mound with a 2.8 ERA or under that. Alex Brown, who had a below average year last year and was really doubting himself, and has bounced back this year and had a great year out of the pen.
Yep.
Jordan Carmody, who I guess bad coaching on my part, he gets in there yesterday. He's had a few at-bats during the season, but gets in there yesterday and hits a few balls in the gap. One of them got caught. He hit one down in the left center gap for a double and had some good at-bats yesterday. Clay Massey, who we've already talked about, who's been starting at third base and started at shortstop some in his career, and always been a solid guy for us.
Made a couple nice throws last night too to get some outs.
He did, and he's always done a great job for us. Jake Perkins, who's one of the best pitchers to ever come through Ferrum, and that's something to say because
Just
Ferrum's
saying,
had a
Jake
lot
Perkins
of
is enough right there.
That's right.
Absolutely.
As I said, all the D3 baseball is happy that Jake Perkins won't be here for much longer. Easton Riggs, who's one of the finest young men I've ever coached in my career.
Absolutely.
Great to see him get out there on the mound in the ninth inning and get some outs for us, and good to see him with the Panther uniform on. He loves Ferrum, and all these guys love Ferrum, and great to see him perform.
Comes from a great family too. His father, Gene Riggs, was always available to help us in the press box. He helped us during spring break when we had almost no students here. At one point in time, we had a 9-day or an 8-day spring break section where we had very few students here. He came and helped us run the lacrosse scoreboard. He ran the baseball scoreboard. Just a great guy. And I said goodbye to him yesterday when he left, and I was thinking, oh man, that might be the last time I see him for a while. But we definitely need to make sure he comes back for some home games. So Gene Riggs, you always got a welcome spot in the press box.
And last but not least, the comeback story of the year, Austin Winkles, who got a 6th year of eligibility because of an injury last year, has played every day in left field for us, has swung the bat really well, got a couple hits last night, and just been a great story for us. We have a lot of those stories on this team, and I apologize to all the fans for not being able to tell them all, but this really is a fantastic team. It's a great group of guys. They love each other. Mm-hmm. They love Ferrum College, and that's what you have to have in order to have a great season like we've had.
Well, it was a great season to watch. I saw some great pitching, some awesome hitting, and defensively, I saw you got such a great group of guys that can move around and play different positions. You had Comer playing at second base. I think he might have played third base during his career at some point. He's played first base. You had I'm trying to think. Massey moved over to third, and he played second as well. So you got them mixed around, and they were able to just get it done. Defensively, played so well.
They've done so well despite the poor coaching they've had all year.
Well, poor coaching, 28-13. I'm not sure if you're gonna get that one past me, Coach. So, well, listen. NC Wesleyan this weekend. Good luck down there. And I wanted to mention as well, ring ceremony. We won the USA South regular season title. I know we didn't get the tournament trophy and everything, but you got a regular season title. I would imagine we're going to be having some type of ring ceremony probably during football season, maybe?
Well, I'm sure we'll look at it, see when the rings come in, and then we'll look at the football schedule and pick a date. Maybe it'll be homecoming. Who knows? But there's a lot going on homecoming. But
yeah,
we'll have it one of those football games, and we'll have a ceremony during halftime and recognize our team and give out the rings.
I guess we'll be doing 2 ring ceremonies. We'll be doing yours. The softball team won the tournament, so we'll probably be doing 2 ring ceremonies, probably on different days because your team is so large. It might take us 20 minutes to just get through the ring ceremony there.
Congratulations to Coach Culler and Coach White and the softball ladies. Good luck in the region tournament. Congratulations to them on a conference championship.
Well, congratulations to you as well. This was a great season, and we'll look forward to coming back next week. And we'll wrap up the season and everything, talk a little bit about the NC Wesleyan games, and hopefully by then we'll have a better idea as to whether or not we might get a bid.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end of next week. That way we can go through our regional call, and we'll have an idea. We'll talk about the regional bid on the show next week.
Okay, great. Well, Coach, thanks so much again for being here. Good luck at NC Wesleyan this weekend. Folks, that's a wrap. We'll be back next week to talk a little bit about the wrapping up the NC Wesleyan doubleheader and maybe a little bit of information about the NCAA playoffs if Ferrum has a shot at it. So thank you so much for being here. For Ryan Brittle, I'm Gary Holden. Thanks again for being here on This Week in Ferrum Baseball, and we'll see you next week.